Jason moving back into the Quartermains. How do y'all feel about that? Comment down below. But hey, y'all, welcome back to another review of Life with Chess for General Hospital, November 22nd, 2024. Okay, y'all. So first thing first, let me know y'all thoughts on today's episode down below. So we're going to start with Sasha, Mac, and Felicia. Basically, they were just telling her that their family, that although Holly and Robert out of town, they still gonna be there for her or whatever. Then, how about to say Robert? Mac ends up giving Sasha a letter from Robert, and she ends up reading it and everything. But yeah, they had a nice little scene. But then she went out the door, and she ended up pulling out a pregnancy test. How do y'all feel about that? Let me know down below. I said she'll get another baby, but I just hate that it happened like this. I said I wish they would have did it the other way. I wish they would have had Drew and Willow sleep together, and that's when Michael found out or whatever, and they divorced or broke up or whatever, and then that's when it happened. That's when it happened. I also want to know if it's true what people been saying about, Willow and Sasha being pregnant at the same time. I also want to know, how do y'all feel about Michael going to Curtis, and he's basically telling him he wants to take over Aurora. He wants to keep Drew out. But yeah, Michael ended up telling Curtis that Drew tried to buy his silence by offering him Curtis' job. Curtis didn't believe him. It looked like he telling Jordan that it has to stay between them. So I wonder if he's finna get ready to tell that Michael is planning on taking over Aurora or whatever. I said, no. Or is he talking about everybody know about the kiss now. By now, everybody should know about the kiss. Because I don't think Curtis knows about Willow and Drew sleeping together, right? Then they showed Drew, I'm assuming he talking to Michael, telling him about Curtis not being the CEO or something like that. And I said, see, he told him he was going to say that, but Curtis didn't believe him. So I'm wondering if Michael is going to record him saying that or what to give him proof. Dante, Jason, and the kids. So basically, Jason stopped by. He was there to talk to Dante, but he ends up saying he'll talk to Danny later. So they have a nice little conversation about where the kids gonna live or whatever. So they ended up seeing Danny, Scout, and Rocco. They supposed to be working on something, playing a game or working on the project, and Scout ended up spilling paint on the floor. So you better hurry up, get that up for Tracy come down there. But I liked the scene where they showed Jason and Dante looking at them work together and everything. So they ended up making the decision that Dante is going to talk to, I guess, the Quartermains to see if him and Rocco can move in. And then you got, Scout said, her daddy said that he's going to go to Washington, but she's going to stay there, and he's going to commute back and forth. I said, of course he is. Of course he is. And then Danny asked Jason, what about him? And he says that he's moving back in so he could be with Danny, and, he could be with the kids or whatever. And I said, look at Jason moving back in. How do y'all feel about that? But yeah, I said Jason, he ends up telling, when he was talking to Dante, he ends up saying how he don't want to take Danny away from Scout and Rocco. He was like, I heard what Danny said, at Sam's funeral. And I said, he about the only one that's listening to the kids and considering the kids. But I was wondering when the Scout talked to Drew, because Drew just said on, what was that, yesterday episode, that Scout not living nowhere but with him. So I'm like, okay, like what changed? Maybe they meant because, he going to be there until, I think Michael said something about he's supposed to go to Washington January the 3rd, if I'm not mistaken. Trina and Gio. So basically, he ended up stopping by, and he scared her because she had her headphones on or whatever. I said, see, lock the door. But all they was talking about was Ava and the trial and the fact that Trina has to testify about what she saw. And I was like, what did she see? And I said, she had looked up after Christina fell out the window. She had looked up and Ava was standing right there. Then did she see her also close the shades or whatever, the curtains? But yeah, it looked like the trial starts tomorrow, y'all. I said, Trina better not get on there and lie. I said, then Molly, I said, don't you listen to Christina. Don't you lose your job, girl. You better just tell her the truth. But yeah, Christina was talking to Molly, talking about some, she's going to get justice for their daughter, our daughter. She kept saying, I said, now it's y'all daughter. Now that you want her to do what you want her to do. I will say, though, I think when Christina was in the hospital bed and they had just told her that the baby had died, I think she did say their daughter or their girl or something she said. I don't know. But yeah, lately we haven't seen her. My daughter this, my daughter that. But yeah, Christina was telling Molly she's going to get justice for their daughter. She's going to get on stand. She ready. She prepared. She prepped. Mom helped. Alexis helped her and everything. And Molly was trying to tell her the same thing Alexis said. It's not that simple. It won't be that simple. She was like, why not? If I just get up there and tell the truth. I said, I don't even think you remember. And if you do, you still not telling the truth. But Molly was trying to tell her, Rick is good. Her dad is good. He knows what he doing. He going to get up there. He going to ask about Christina's character. And she was like, how am I? Like, what is my character? You know how you is. She was like, you can be impulsive and everything like that. And she was like, well, can't you not say that? Or you could say, she want her to sweet talk it. She want her to basically sugarcoat it. And at first, Molly was saying she's not gonna do that and jeopardize everything. But then she was like, "Yeah, you know what?" She basically want her to do what's it called? Get them to run around. I said that ain't gonna work. It's gonna boil down to what happened. Y'all the only two that know. They got the photos or whatever. But once they reveal the whole stuff about Jason, if they reveal that, it's over with. It's over with. They gonna ask you what happened. Why was you there? Why did you feel the need to be there? And if they do reference the photo, they're going to say they see, because some of the photos show Ava with her hand on her or whatever. Then they see no, her hand not on her, and that's when she ended up going out the window. They're going to say, what happened? She going to tell she went over there. I said she going to tell the part that she threatened her about Connie, and then she grabbed her arm and she snatched away from her. So I was like, okay, again, I asked the question. Because she grabbed her arm and she pulled away from her, would that still be her fault? But Ava going free. Ava's not doing no time. And that's basically the whole thing, the whole scene with Ava and Rick. She over here worried and stuff to my son. She trying to enjoy the fresh air while she got a chance. I said, you ain't going nowhere. You definitely not going nowhere, especially with all these characters leaving. Then I think, did they say they got another new character coming? I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, Rick was just reassuring her. And he said basically the same thing. He doing this to prove to his daughter so she can move on. I said, how you know she's still going to move on? I said, hopefully so. I skipped over Stella and TJ. She was basically asking him why he not at the trial. He was saying Molly didn't want him to be there or asked him not to come. But she ended up convincing him that maybe Molly was just worried about him and she actually does want him to come. And he ended up showing up. He ended up showing up for her, and that's when Ava and Rick walked in. And then TJ ended up finding out that Rick had called Molly to testify or whatever. But yeah, that's it. Not too much happened on this episode. They showing Lulu again on tomorrow's episode, and Cyrus in the room again. I said, Lord, now you did all that. You did all that about one of your daughter. You did all that talk about one of your daughter there with you and all this stuff, and they showed you going to visit her and all this stuff and being concerned. She done got the liver transplant. You ain't nowhere to be found. This man over here talking about, what did he say? Did he say I'm going to take care of you, or I've been taking care of you? I bet you have. I bet you have. I said, he over here acting all creepy and stuff. Why is you over this lady? Then she tell you to call her when you want to visit Lulu or whatever, and you still over here. How did you even know she was there? You watching her. Why you watching her? And what did he say? Look, I want to know, did he say he's going to take care of her, or he been taking care of her? But yeah, that's it. Nobody knows nobody knows she alive. Of course they know she alive. Nobody knows she woke up yet. But yeah, that's it, y'all. Let me know your thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, this is her girl today, a girl weekend to be safe.